Good day and welcome. I'm really pleased. Once again, we have Dr. Dwain Neal, who is the chair, Dr. Dwain Neal, OBE, who is the chair of Reach Society. And we're going to talk about the recognition awards evening that is scheduled for Saturday, the 26th of October, 2024. Good day, Dwain. How are you?
Good day, Rudy. I am fine. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So, Dwain, tell us what is the main purpose of the recognition awards evening?
Indeed, for us in Reach Society, it's always been important to say thank you. And so the Recognition Awards dinner is the way that the Society has chosen to say thank you to the many firms, community groups, and role models who volunteer to support the work we do to inspire our young people. And so we draw on those supporters for London, Luton, Manchester, Birmingham, and around the country in general. And we like to say thank you to all of those supporters. That's what we do on the 26th, and will do on the 26th of this month.
Okay, so you kind of described where the people may be coming from. So, what type of people, what parts of our community would normally attend a Reach
Yeah.
Society Recognition Award?
In short, it's fair to say they come from all backgrounds. But if we are to focus on the majority, the folks that are there who are the volunteer role models are people who are accomplished. They are in a variety of sectors, pursuing various careers, including entrepreneurs who are running their own businesses. And they would come with partners and they would come with family members. So we have that range covered in terms of the volunteers. But we also have people who are representing firms, and they are there as ambassadors from their companies. And not all of those people are of the Black community. Many are from the wider white community, and a handful are also from the Asian community. But they're there primarily to represent the organization that supported us. So it's a pretty mixed bag, if you like. It's reflective of the UK.
Yeah, but also I think, Dwain, it's reflects the values of Reach Society, and that we've had this discussion before where we talk about upholding the values of respect and inclusion as the common ground for all, regardless of background, culture, status, or location. So, having said that, could you just say a bit about the employability events that you've been running around the country? Because obviously, I actually attended the one in Luton, which I thought was a great success. A wide range of people who were there and providers, particularly people from the NHS, who, large employers, got a significant amount of or it's a significant amount of influence and importance to the community because it's about the health and well-being of us now and future generations as we seek to improve the impact of health on our community.
Yeah, I'm happy to talk about the Employability Day, and I'm happy to talk about it in the specific context of the Luton Employability Day, which we roll out in May every year. Underpinning all of the things we do is our belief in allyship, because Reach Society knows that by having viable ally relationships, we're going to get the maximum support for what we're doing to inspire our young people. The Employability Day that we roll out in Luton, and it'll be 4 now that we've rolled out in Luton, Bedfordshire, you could see them as a slightly scaled down version of our careers conference, in the sense of the key components are also there. We've got a cohort of exhibitors. drawn from the backgrounds we've talked about already. We've got a cohort of role models, men and women, who are there to interact with the young people. We have one or two themed workshops. But we also end the event, as we do with the Careers Conference, with a panel of experts. And that's the opportunity where up to half a dozen professionals, men and women, are able to respond to the many questions from the young people. So, in short, see the Employability Day in Luton or in Manchester or in Birmingham as a scaled down version of the Careers Conference, which we do in London, where typically we get over 1,000 young people in that, London event.
Okay, yeah, thanks for that. So back to the recognition awards evening on Saturday, the 26th of October this year. So how many guests are you expecting?
Yeah, at the moment, it looks like it'll be somewhere between 150 and 200, which is very much in line with what we have done last year and the year before. And, remembering what I said earlier, the core invitees are ambassadors from firms and community groups. The core invitees are volunteer role models and their family members and friends. There are a number of people outside of the core who are interested in what the society is doing. Maybe it's the first time they've heard about the awards and they're curious and they'd like to be a part of it. But you could almost say there is an exclusivity about it. We don't screen out other folks, but the primary attendees are the ones who've been supporting our work across the year, and they're excited to be in that space again with other like-minded people who also support the work. It's almost like an extended family gathering.
No, absolutely. And these kind of networks are valuable because they present opportunities for everyone, for all participants. And of course,
absolutely.
We need more cluster working, cross-sectorial working, all these, especially amongst the professionals, and we've spoken about it before, the importance of professional leadership when it comes to the well-being of our communities, which are families, friends, and and colleagues. Really important.
Yeah. Rudy, let me say this much about Reach Society, and it happens in our Careers Conference as well. We've been going since 2010, so 14 years this year, and the number of networking and friendships that's developed on the back of that is beyond my knowledge. But I do know once folks are in that space where they see like-minded people and they're able to have viable conversations, those conversations continue beyond the event where they met. And that is simply a good thing.
Yeah. And it's important because if we think about the institutional development of the Windrush generations, particularly the second generation, which is our generation, we're working to pass the baton on to the next generation. Harmony is the foundation of all institutions. So if we've got places where people can come share knowledge and still make a contribution and feel the value of being in that space, then that can only be a good thing for everyone.
Well, you actually allude, and I know we do this as well, to the other parallel stream of activities that we do every month, and every year we have 10 of them, which is our monthly networking conversations.
Yeah.
And at the core, they're all about building amity amongst our professionals and amongst our friends. And so those meetings are a continual reminder of the power of amity between folks who have a similar outlook to our future. And, it carries through to the large inspirational events, the Careers Conference, the Employability Day, and indeed the Recognition Awards Dinner.
Absolutely. And we call it Pathway to Opportunities.
Or even pathways to success for the young people.
Absolutely, absolutely. So finally, then, Dwain, where will the awards evening be held, and how can people get tickets? for the event?
Yeah. The last question first. Folks who want to have a seat at the event, simply contact the Society, and either myself or Donald, if you know Donald Palmer, who's also a director at the Society, and we will then simply send you the details so you can secure however many seats you need. But we only have 3 weeks to the event, so if you're minded to be there, get in touch with us. Info@reachsociety.com is the fastest way of getting in touch with us, and we will respond. Where will the event be held? In the Park Plaza Victoria Hotel, which is where we've held the previous two. It's a very large, very nice hotel, 2 minutes walk from Victoria Main Line station. Very easy to get to. But Rudy, if you'll indulge me, I just want to say a little bit about our guest speakers. The event is always hosted by our patron, Professor Sir Jeff Palmer, and everyone should know him through the barley abrasion process, which he developed decades ago, which brings in millions of pounds for this country. But we also have the privilege of having Mark Lomas, who is the head of culture at Lloyd's of London, who will be one of our key speakers. Another key speaker will be Professor Robert Mokaya. If folks aren't aware of him, he is the only Black professor in the UK at the moment. He has recently started working at the University of Sheffield, where he is the provost at that university. There are other interesting folks who some of you will be aware, and that is Beverly Lindsay, who runs her own travel agency in Birmingham, and she is a long-standing friend of the organization. We have a young lady who is very well placed in E&Y, Narina Wandera, and we've collaborated with E&Y, and she's one of our young guest speakers. And we also have a chap who not many people will know, but very interesting, Godwin Sozi. He founded back in 2018 Equity City, and they are working very closely with Lloyd's of London to attract Black talent into the insurance and reinsurance sector. So we have those 6 folks who will be speaking on a variety of issues to just show the things we're doing across the community. So folks should have an interesting time of it if they're in the room on the 26th of October.
And finally, could you just remind everybody of Reach Society's website address?
Yes, indeed. It's literally reachsociety.com. So www.reachsociety.com. There you will find information about the Recognition Awards dinner. We have an article on our news page about it, which links into the flyer. But on the homepage, it'll say Recognition Awards dinner. You click on that, you'll see all the details about the event. So we always do this every year, and we would love to see folks who would wish to be in that room with us.
Thank you very much, and good day.
Thanks, Rudy. It's a pleasure as always.